So today guys, I'm giving you 5 meta formations that you can try right now on FC25 to help you get more wins. If you're looking to buy safe, reliable, fast FC25 coins at a competitive price, look no further than U7 Buy. With a massive amount of FC25 coins that you can buy at competitive prices, as well as tons of positive reviews on Trustpilot, follow the link in the description of this video and pop in code A G _ B at checkout to get 5% off any order you do. Visit U7 Buy now and let's get those dream FC25 squads together. Like I said guys, today I'm giving you 5 incredible formations all in one video, and one of these is guaranteed to help you in some way or another. They all run pretty similar but also a little bit different, plenty of variation in there, and definitely one of these formations at least will work well for you. Now these videos tend to be really long, so I'm just going to head straight into it with the first formation. It's the best formation on the game in my humble opinion, and in many people's opinion, because it's the only formation you ever see in FUT Champs and Rivals. I'm talking about the 4-2-1-3 of course. It has been the best formation on this game probably since around December time, and it's not going to change now. We're coming to the end of the cycle. This formation is just cracked. If you're looking and you like to play on the counter, this is the formation for you. It is just insane how quickly you break from defense to attack, and just how many options you have in the offense. It's just so easy to score goals, man. Absolutely broken, ridiculously overpowered with these roles. For the build-up style, you're going to go counter. Now, I like to run short passing for Tiki-Taka. I like to run balance, but in this formation, it is a counter-attacking formation, and it is just so incredible on the counter. So you have to run counter, get the players in their attacking variation as quickly as possible, and you're just going to score a shed ton of goals. And for the defensive approach, like with all my formations, we're going for a line height of high 70. It's probably the perfect balance, I would say, between keeping your opponents offside, keeping them penned in so that they're not easily breaking on you, but also your defense winning the ball back and then you being in a decent position offensively to get back on the counter and score goals yourselves. Just for me personally, 70 is the depth that works the best. And now moving on to the player roles, guys, and it's so simple, this formation, but it works so effectively. So for the goalkeeper, it's personal preference. As always, goalkeepers, no matter which goalkeeper you have, will do stupid things. So whichever works best for you. I like to run sweeper keeper. Now both your fullbacks are going to be on fullback and defend, and that's because we want to keep that solid line of 4 solid at all times, because this formation is very much about winning the ball back and then bombing forward. So you don't need your fullbacks actually in any offensive positions, because you'll have all your forwards and your midfielders doing that for you. These fullbacks just want to be compact in that line of 4, in a good position to win the ball back so that you can counter with your attacking players. Now both your centre backs are going to be on defender defend. It's bread and butter. I always run the same in all my formations. It's just the best role for a centre back. They're always in the right position. They're always intercepting balls, always winning those headers, and just essentially staying in that line of 4 like the fullback defend, stopping the opponent's attackers from getting through. And in this formation, it's crucial to have that line of 4 solid at all times, because like I say, when you win that ball back, you're going to have so many options. So these players need to be tall, strong, physical, but also with a pass in them, because you can just break so easily from the back to the front, from the centre back to the cam, and then you've got so many options to feed the ball to. It is insane. Both your holding midfielders are actually going to be on deep line playmaker and build up. And on this variation of FIFA, that's sort of your box to box central defensive midfielder, sort of get forward if you will on the older FIFAs. But yeah, you want both of them on this role, because it's going to be a case that you're going to have so many options in the counter that your opponents just can't keep up. You're going to counter with all 6 of these players in attacking positions. These 2 are going to bomb right and left of the cam, and it's just going to mean that you've got so many options to recycle back to, go forward to, and it's so difficult for your opponents to keep up. I don't run deep line playmaker plus on both. I would recommend it if you could, but if you've got a player like Kante that's insane there anyway, obviously it's going to work for you. But sort of central midfielders that are box to boxy, but that you'd like to play at holding midfielder, so that could play holding defend as well if needed, because they'll do both. They'll attack for you and they'll defend. Now for your cam in this formation, I actually go shadow striker attack, because what I feel that does is push them on beyond the striker, and then you've got sort of a 4-2-4 situation with these two CDMs pushing forward, and that just makes it really solid on the attack. It's a later run from this cam, so you can either find him with your winger or with your forward and make that sort of incisive pass, but they'll also always be there for the receiving of the ball. So if you are on the defence, they'll drop short, come and collect the ball and then ping it to your wingers, or first time over the top to your forward. Crucial role this one. Needs to be an absolutely insane player on your team. Both your wingers are on inside forward and roaming in this formation, and what that means is that on roaming they'll make more AI runs to sort of show for the ball, I guess, rather than it being inside forward balanced or attack where they're constantly focusing on getting in behind. They'll sometimes cut out wide if needs be, depending on what the play needs, and that just means you always have a passing option in this formation, which makes it so smooth to get on the attack, and it just means that no matter what position you're in, someone's going to be running towards the goal to get you an opportunity to score. Absolutely incredible with these wingers on inside forward roaming this formation. It just works so well. And as always, bread and butter, your striker is going to be on advanced forward attack. And here's what it looks like with the ball, guys. It's a very attacking 4-3-3, but the holding midfielders here will actually push up a lot further, and like I say, your cam is actually going to become like a second striker. It's such a perfect formation, this. If you want to play sort of patient, balanced, tiki-taka football, you can. You've got plenty of options to pass the ball around to, but if you also want to be absolutely hell for leather from defence to attack in 0.5 seconds, you can do that too. It's such a broken formation, but it works so well on this game. So if you're looking to close up the end of FC25 with a bunch of wins, this is the perfect formation for it. Can run it from start to finish and it's always going to be incredible. But here's the code on screen for you now. Give it a go, guys. I promise you it'll do some really good work for you. Now second up, we're actually going for the 4-4-2 flat formation. My personal probably favourite formation of all time, alongside the 3-5-2 actually, but the 4-4-2 I've always loved. I just love the way it works out, and in this formation with these roles, it's so good for that sort of linear tiki-taka football. So many forward runs that it's really easy to find someone, but you can also play it a little bit more tiki-taka as well, which is just my perfect blend. For the build-up style, you're going to go balanced so that they're not bombing forward and not being able to find them, but they're also making those runs in behind when needs be. The AI will make the best decisions for you. You don't have to worry about it. And again, as alluded to before, my line height for this formation is 70 high. For the player roles, as always, your goalkeeper is personal preference. I start off this formation with both my fullbacks on fullback and balance, just to offer me that little bit more width in the attack. But if you are struggling, or if you struggle defensively, you can just as easily put this at fullback defend. It'll work equally as well. Again, both the centre backs are going to be on defender defend. As said before, you just need them fast and strong, good at winning the ball back, because they're just going to be your anchors behind your central midfielders. A little bit more crucial in this role because your CMs obviously aren't CDMs, so you are a bit more susceptible on the counter. But if you get these sort of meta players, Jonathan Tah, Loftus-Cheek, there's plenty in the season pass, Mamashvili, however you pronounce it, plenty of players that can do this job for you. One of your central midfielders is going to be on holding defend, just to anchor things and give you that little bit of support in the defence, like you've got a traditional CDM, but they will sit a little bit higher than a CDM, which means if you need someone to recycle the ball to and play that quick tiki-taka football, they are there. But your other CM is going to be on box-to-box and balance, which means that they will come and help you out in the defence, and they will come and sit in front of you back four when you lose the ball. But when you win the ball back, they're going to bomb beyond the strikers, and it's going to give you just a further attacking option going forward, leaving your opponents with too many players to mark. In this formation, both your wingers are going to be on inside forward and balanced. It's just perfect to have those sort of 5 players, quite compact with sort of intense tiki-taka football. You get your 2 LM and RM coming inside, your box-to-box, and your 2 strikers all showing for each other. It just works really well on the attack. One of your forwards is going to be on advanced forward and support, and the only reason I do this is because I don't like to run both on advanced attack. I just think it becomes a little bit too predictable. Having one on support just means that they show a little bit wider, which means you have a little bit more of an option going forward, and there's always players everywhere. But it also allows a little bit of space for your box-to-box midfielder to bomb on as well, so you've got plenty of players in sort of that arrow of attack. But as always, at least one of your strikers has got to be on advanced forward attack, coming in behind, coming short when needs be, but most of the time bombing in, getting in behind, scoring you the goals that you need to score to get those wins. And here's what it looks like with the ball, guys, and it goes into a bit of a 4-2-2, just a little bit more attacking. 4-2-2 is a great formation on its own, so that's not a bad thing, but when you defend, the 4-4-2 has always been a broken defensive formation. Just works really well, and with these roles it will create you a lot of opportunities, and you will score more goals with it, just because of how well balanced it is. But here's the code if you want to give the 4-4-2 a try, guys. I strongly recommend you do it, especially with the sort of meta players we've got coming in right now. If you've got the premium pass, Leao and Kaka, a perfect forward sort of combination. It's going to be really difficult for your opponent to stop those two in the attack. But luckily, if you like the 4-4-2 but don't want to use two strikers, the 4-4-1-1 is also a solid option. Working really well this formation since the latest patch. Absolutely slaying players with it. And with these tactics, it's a little bit more fun, a little bit more tiki-taka, the way I like to play it, but it will give you plenty of options to score those goals. For the build-up style, we're going to go balanced, like I said before. Players coming short when needs be, AI deciding when to come short and going behind, gives you one less thing to worry about. And as always, the defensive approach is a line height of 70 high. Now for the player roles in this one, guys, our goalkeeper is on personal preference as always. One of our fullbacks is going to be on fullback and defend, with the other actually on wing back and defend. Just works really well, trust me, I'll show you in a second. Again, both your centre backs are on defender defend. Like with the 4-4-2, you're going to have one CM on holding defend, with the other on box to box and balanced. You're going to have your cam on shadow striker to sort of create that 4-4-2, but just with a later run, and this cam will hold back to receive the ball as well, which makes it a little bit more tiki-taka than the 4-4-2. Whichever right midfielder or left midfielder is on the side of your fullback defend, you're going to keep on winger and balanced, with the one that's on the side of your wingback being on inside forward and balanced. And your striker is going to be on advanced forward attack. And here's what it looks like with the ball, guys. I know it looks a little bit crazy, but trust me, you have so many options in the attack. This cam will go to the right of this forward, so you're going to have two strikers there. Your box to box is going to push on as a late run, and your inside forward is going to make a third striker. And then you've got this winger holding the width, as well as this wing back coming forward. So in the attack, it is very much like, I guess, a 3-4-3. But then when you defend, you have that solid 4-4-1-1 foundation. Just works super well. Absolutely incredible formation, this one. I've been having so much fun with it since the latest patch, and it's probably been my go-to formation alongside the 4-2-1-3. But here's the code on screen for you guys. Give it a go yourselves. It is an absolutely incredible formation. I've really enjoyed using it, and I think you guys will too. Now for the fourth formation, we're actually going to go for something that I haven't really used that much on the channel, but I've started using it over the last couple of weeks, and with the roles that I've got on here, this 4-2-2 is absolutely insane. Like, you just have so many options going forward that it's unreal. And defensively, where I've struggled a little bit with things like the 4-4-2, this has two holding midfielders, so it's the best of both worlds really. For the build-up style, we're going to go balanced like with the other formations for the exact same reasons, just for that nice tiki-taka balance. And then for the defensive approach, going line height 70 high, like with every formation on this list. For the player roles, your goalkeeper is personal preference. Your right back is on full back and defend. Both your centre backs are on defender defend. And your left back is on wing back and balanced. Your left CDM is on holding and defend, with your right CDM being on deep line playmaker and build up. Your right hand cam is on half winger and balanced, with your left hand cam being on playmaker and balanced. Your left hand striker is on advanced forward support, with your right hand striker being on advanced forward attack. And here's what it looks like with the ball, guys. And I know it looks a little bit crazy. I mean, look at Maignan and Kante there, but I promise you it doesn't actually play like this in game. So you've got your wing back here and your half winger here that are both sort of holding the width, so they're staying out wide. And then Maignan, your deep line playmaker build up, will start making runs like a box to box midfielder. These three will then sort of form a three up front, with your two wingers offering the width and your playmaker staying back to recycle, with Kante sort of holding on the halfway line and supporting, and these three sort of forming a three back. It works insanely well on the attack. You have really good options going forward, and it's just really good for quick tiki-taka football. I absolutely love this formation, and I wish I'd have found it sooner, because it is absolutely incredible, and it works super well against pretty much any formation, but does counter the 4-2-1-3 really well, I've found. But if you're interested in giving this 4-2-2 a go, guys, here's the code on screen for you now. I know that it looks a little bit crazy, but I promise you in those roles, especially if you can get pluses, you'll just have options all over the pitch. Absolutely cracked formation. And then finally, I couldn't leave it without putting this absolute true classic on, the 4-2-3-1 wide. Most balanced formation for me on the game. Absolutely incredible on the defence. You are solid as a rock at the back, but also plenty of passing tiki-taka options going forward as well. Absolutely beautiful formation, this one. And if you can't get along with any of the other formations, you might be the sort of guy that just needs a perfect balance, and this is the formation for that. For the build-up style, going alongside the perfectly balanced, it's going to be balanced. And then for the defensive approach, we're going for a line height of 70 high. Who would have guessed it? For the player roles, the goalkeeper is personal preference. Both your fullbacks are on fullback defend. Like I said, this is supposed to be a proper balanced formation. You want it to be incredible defensively as well as attacking, so keeping that line of 4 nice and compact, stopping those quick counters is the play here. And again, that's also why we run both centre-backs on defender defend, keeping that line solid, no gaps for them to exploit, and keeping your scoreline to a reasonable level. I'm not saying you won't concede, but with this 4 at the back like this, you will concede far less. One of your CDMs is going to be on holding defend, and they're going to be the one that sits back in the middle and constantly screens your defence, stops players from coming through. I'm running team of the season N'Golo Kante here, but there's plenty of players you can use. McTominay, Declan Rice, team of the season. Harry Kane, I guess, if you want to waste him, that shapeshifter's card. So many players that you can use in this role that will do super well. Absolutely incredible. But just screening the defence, I'm actually looking forward to an Eva on Patrick Vieira because he was unreal at doing this. And then your other CDM is going to be on deep line playmaker build up. Again, your box to box DM, sort of like get forward on the old FIFAs, and he's going to offer you a 5th attacking option. I always like to have a minimum of 5 players in the attack. Just means that you've got plenty of options and you're going to score more goals. Now in this formation, my cam is actually going to be on playmaker and balanced. I just find with the balance build up and with the balance of this formation, playmaker just works better. They sit a little bit deeper, they're a little bit less making runs in behind like a shadow striker, but it means that you always have someone to tiki-taka recycle to, and then you can sort of spread the play to the wings, do an incisive pass to your forward, or your CDM that is making a run forward if I can ever get to him. But yeah, plenty of options in the attack with this one, but the playmaker is the orchestrator. You need this to be one of your best players on the pitch because they're going to start so many moves for you in this formation. Both your left mid and your right mid are going to be on inside, forward and balanced, and they're just going to make those runs inside, getting behind the defender, and it's going to form like a 4-3-3 attack, and that's what you want in the attack, a really strong attacking formation. But unlike the 4-3-3 attack, it's far more defensive minded when you get broke on, and it's far less easy to counter. But like with most of the formations, your striker, sole striker, is going to be on advanced forward attack. It's the best role for a forward. It's the one you should use if you've got pluses. And again, here's what it looks like with the ball, guys, and like with the last formation, my Nan isn't actually going to stand here. He will start bombing past everyone, making his way into the box, but then he will also come back into this position to protect you on the defence. Deep line playmaker build up is definitely my favourite role for a CDM, but with that holding defend, it just gives you that little bit more balance. But then this is quite good. You've got a very narrow line of attack, which means you've got quick tiki-taka passes among the front 4, front 5 with Manyan, and it's really difficult for your opponent to keep hold of, especially if they're running the 4-2-1-3 counter. It means that their players are out of position a lot, and you can just pass the ball for days, pass it around them, and create an opportunity. But don't just take my word for it, guys. This 4-2-3-1 is absolutely cracked, and it is a formation that I love running even from the start, especially when I'm bored of the 4-2-1-3. 4-2-3-1 is my go-to. Really fun formation. But here's the code on screen for you now. Give it a try yourselves. Pop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Is this better than the 4-2-1-3? I'll let you decide. But anyway, guys, there you have it. 5 incredible formations for you to try out if you're struggling to get wins on FC25. All of these formations are ratty, are meta, are overpowered, and work super well in the current meta post-patch on FC25, and will help you close up the game cycle with more wins. If one of them doesn't work for you, I'm sure another one will. Very varied styles there. One of these formations is bound to help you out. And if they do, or if you just enjoyed the video video of the English guy with a weird face, don't forget to drop the video a like. It helps me out no end, but also helps other gamers see this and hopefully help them get more wins. And if you're new around here and you're interested in more semi-daily FC25 content, don't forget to subscribe. Anyway guys, hope you have a great rest of your day. Speak to you soon. Bye!